いつも見てくださってありがとうございます。KachokTV のチナです。今日はですね、私の母校である早稲田の早稲田祭に来ておりまして、本日ここに来てる後輩たちの留学生にインタビューしていきます。では、Let's get started! My name is Christina. What are your names?
Marissa. I'm Abby.
Nice to meet you. And where are you from?
Canada.
From Canada?
I'm from America.
From America.
Yeah.
And you're an exchange student here at Waseda?
Yes.
Wow, tell me about how you made it.
It's been super fun so far. I mean, I've enjoyed Japan. I've been here for 2.5 months now, so it's been super fun. I don't know. I don't have much. I love Waseda. It's I mean, it's such a beautiful campus and everything like that. And I like that it's in the city. It's a lot different from my home university, which is always a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would agree with pretty much everything Abby said. I think it's interesting though, like I've never lived in a city that speaks a different language than English, and so I find it's interesting on campus because a lot of people will only speak Japanese, so you do tend to limit your social circle, unfortunately, to the people in your English classes, but I don't know, besides that, it's really nice.
So you've been here for 2.5 months, so this is your first semester here,
Yes.
right? And tell me, why did you have any other options, like not Japan but other countries, and why did you decide to pick Japan?
So not that you can tell, but my mom's Japanese, so my grandmother. Yeah, I know. I know. But so my grandmother and grandfather lived in Tokyo before they immigrated to the States. So that was my whole reason to come to Japan, because I never got to visit when I was younger, so this is my first time in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I just really wanted to connect with that side of my heritage, I guess. Yeah.
That's so interesting. How about you?
I don't have as good a reason. I was originally, fun fact, planning to go to China because I took Mandarin for a few years in high school, but when I was having to apply, that was when China had lowered its restrictions for COVID, so the COVID cases were jumping a little bit. And I've just always wanted to come to Japan, so it just worked out as a good solution that was a little bit safer, but also still something I really wanted to do.
So tell me, like, how did you feel after reuniting with your roots?
Well, I don't really know, because my mom is Japanese American, and so I've just been, and my dad is completely white, so I've just really I only know American culture really. I mean, of course we eat Japanese food at home and everything like that, but I don't know, it's completely different from what I know. I know some customs and everything like that, and I know how to get around. I can speak a little bit of Japanese, but it's just I don't know, it's definitely just different. I don't really have many roots, I guess, that I can I do, I can connect with the culture, but there's not much else. I don't know any of my family here anymore, so I don't know, it's kind of just enjoying my time here.
So what would you say are some cultural shocks or things that surprised you in Japan after living here for a while?
How it's so clean. It's so clean compared to America, which is amazing.
Yeah, a lot less homelessness, especially in Canada. I live close to Vancouver, which is obviously a really big city, a ton of homelessness. But besides that, I haven't really had any culture shock whatsoever. I think it's a safe and low-key place to live, which is funny because you wouldn't think it would be. There's a lot of people who live in Tokyo, but a lot of the time, unless you're in a big event like this, it doesn't necessarily feel like there's that many people living there.
And you don't have to tip. You don't have to tip at restaurants, which is really nice.
By the way, how about your parents? How did they react to that you're going to Japan?
I think it was pretty chill for my family. I was very fortunate growing up that my parents traveled a lot with us. So I've been to China, and I went to India actually without my parents when I was in middle school. So I think comparatively this is a reasonably safe endeavor to do. And my parents did come to move me in, so they saw where I was living, they saw the campus, and I don't think they were concerned about anything.
How would you say, is there something that is very, very different at university, except for lame stuff?
I guess the club or the circle culture is a little bit different. So where I'm from, it's less like a club is your entire world. It's more that people will be part of a bunch of different ones, and you'll just casually go to different things. But the barrier to entry is really small. Versus here, it feels like it's a whole little social community.
Yeah.
And a lot of them will start in April, so you're lucky if you can get into any of them in September, so that's a little different.
It all seems pretty similar to my school.
Oh, really?
I mean, the only difference is that back at home I go to a very big university, so like I like that everything's a lot closer here. Like all the buildings are closer. I usually have to walk like 30 minutes across campus back home to get to another class, so that's been like a nice adjustment, I guess. And then also with like the clubs and stuff, it's just a little different, but thankfully I'm here for a year, so hopefully I'll be able to join in April and it'll be easier. Unfortunately, Marissa's not.
My name is Christina. What are your names?
I'm Hannah.
Hannah?
Deborah.
Deborah?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
China.
China.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been? Are you studying here? Exchange students?
Yes.
Yeah.
How long?
For 1 year.
About a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since September. We both
Since
in
September.
September.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what made you want to come here to Japan? Why Japan?
Well, I was always interested in Japanese culture and was of course influenced also by anime and manga as well. Not only, but as well. I don't know. I heard a lot about Waseda and I was really interested because of the international experience, and I got in somehow.
What would you say kind of impressed you about Japan after 2.5 months?
I think the passion, especially I was so impressed when I was at the baseball game and I saw the cheerleader, and
Oh yeah.
it was intense, but in a positive way, and they were really with the whole
Doing their
heart
best.
into it.
Yes,
Yeah, and I kind of feel like the people are a lot here, like giving their best, like they have this ganbatte thinking, and I think it's really positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see like here is really international. It's cross-cultural. Cross-cultural. It's like people bring the Western culture and Asian culture like mingle so well and develop their own things. Yeah, that's really unique. Yeah.
Okay. And this is the last question. What's your favorite Japanese dish?
Okonomiyaki.
Okonomiyaki.
Takoyaki.
My name is Christina. What are your names?
Ariel,
Poe.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from the U.S.
U.S.
What are you doing here today?
Today we're here to see the festival. I'm a professor at Waseda.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sensei. And how about you?
Same, but yeah.
So
Just-
you both work here.
well, no, I mean, I came here to see the festival. That part is the same.
He's also a teacher.
But I am a teacher
In a different-
in Tokyo. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I graduated from here like 7 or something years ago. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So how is it? How is the festival?
Crowded.
Yeah, very crowded.
It is,
yeah.
right?
But it's good. I think since COVID, not everything, but since COVID has ended and a lot of people are getting out more, it's nice to be outside like this.
So tell me, how long have you been in Japan already?
11 years?
11.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 11 or 12 years, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
like we're talking. Like,
Yeah.
so how is it like living in Japan, and why do you want to live here? You don't want to go back.
Well, no, there's a lot of reasons, but for one, I have a job here, so that's good. It's a relatively safe place to live, and it's pretty easy to live in Tokyo.
Yeah, I also have a job here. And I came to Japan for this time 11 years ago to study for my PhD in Japanese history. So there's usually more jobs for me here in that way. And I also really enjoy living here
So
a lot.
do you teach Japanese history?
Yes.
Like at which faculty?
I teach on the Toyama campus at Bunka Kozo, and it's called JCULP program, the Japanese Cultures program.
So what made you become interested in Japanese history?
I became interested in Japan because I like studying languages. And so I wanted to find a new language to study when I went to college. That would be challenging.
What parts of Japanese history do you like? What do you find fascinating about it?
Well, my specialty is modern history, so after the Meiji Restoration, but I also I really like studying about the Edo period too. When it gets older, I don't know very much actually, but I think that the modern history, Japanese modern history, is really fascinating, and it's very important to teach, especially here to Waseda, to students from all over the world.
最後の質問。
はい
好きな日本料理は？
うどん。
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 What's your favorite Japanese dish?
Ramen.
Ramen. Okay.
Otokorashi.
So my name is Christina. What is your name?
My name is Anastasia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So, and you are currently studying here
Yes.
at Waseda University.
Yes.
Can you please introduce yourself a little bit?
I'm a law student of Waseda, and I'm a freshman.
Oh, wow. So, and are you from Japan, or tell me about your background?
I'm from Russia
But you lived here and you were
Yeah.
born and raised.
for a long time.
So your parents are both like Russians?
Yeah.
Okay. What made them come to Japan?
My dad decided to work in Japan So,
What did
on
he do?
business. He is a lawyer too.
So you've been living in Japan basically for your entire life,
Yeah.
right? So do you go back to Russia sometimes?
Yes.
I mean, like now it's difficult, probably.
Yeah, it's much more difficult, but yeah, I lived in Russia for like 1 year.
Was there anything like shocking for you when you lived back in Russia?
I'm more used to Russian culture than Japanese
Oh,
culture,
really?
you know. So maybe culture shock of Japan, maybe.
So what would you say are some things that are kind of impressive or very different for you in Japan?
You know, Japanese people are so, you know, they're so sweet, you know. So it's kind of was a very shock to me because they always kind of smile and treat you very good at restaurants, especially. So it was a shock to me.
You went to a Japanese public school.
Yes.
Was there any difficulties as a like
Difficulties.
half?
I was always standing out, you know, by appearance. So 例えば
小学校からもう小学も日本普通の公立
幼稚園から
幼稚園から
うん
なんか今こう考えるとあこれはなんか違ったなとか違ったなとか
私が一番びっくりしたのは色塗り、で日本の人は狐とか虎を黄色で塗るんですよ。私はオレンジで塗ったんですよ。それがすごいショックで、あとウサギをピンクに塗るじゃないですか。知ってますか？
ピンクですか？私
そう
も知らなかった
私は白とか黒とか塗ってたのにピンクで塗ってなんでって。
My name is Christina. What are your names?
My name is Lun.
My name is Shamili,
Nice to meet you guys. Where are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
and I'm French.
So, what are you doing here today?
We are studying at the university, so we're just students who now happen to be at the festival.
Yeah, same students.
How long have you been in Japan already?
4 months now, I think.
For me, it's 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
So, how is it? How do you find it?
I think it's really different than back home. Like the culture shock was crazy.
Oh, what was the culture shock for you?
Everything. my country is quite small, so seeing this mass of people is really strange. And all the social rules and standing on the left side of the road, I also find that really crazy. So I don't know, also just small things like that. And you?
Yeah, same. There are lots of rules in Japan, and there are like lots of culture shock compared to France. Like, for example, people coming on time and being kind to you. It's really new to me, so.
So, what other like small things have you noticed?
Everyone eats out here. Like like food is super cheap. Food back home is not cheap. You do groceries and you cook at home.
Did you have any other options except for Japan for the exchange program?
Yes, I could go all around the world where I wanted to go. My second choice was New Zealand, but Japan chose me, so then I have to go to Japan, I guess. And you?
My second choice was Singapore, but Japan chose me also. It was my first choice. So.
Yeah.
Why was it your first choice?
I mean, I wanted an experience that was really different from France, and I think Japan was the perfect choice. I really wanted to discover a new culture, and I think, expectations met.
In Europe, you don't learn much about Asia, like at all. So I was like, to learn about Asia, I gotta go to Asia. So now I'm here to learn about Japan, and I think it's the perfect place for it. So yeah.
And this is the last question. What's your favorite Japanese dish?
The fried chicken.
Karage?
No, like the famichiki. It's amazing, it's amazing. You?
The ramen, I don't know the name, the ramen, it has soba in it, at its name.
Abura soba.
Abura soba. Yeah, abura soba. Yes. Yeah, abura soba.
But you can never get in without lighting up.
It's so busy all the time.
You have to line up every time, but I really love it.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. It got like so much louder. I'm glad that we could take it like before it gets this loud. では皆さん、今回もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。いかがでしたか？ぜひコメントで教えてください。またチャンネル登録してない方はチャンネル登録、ベルの通知ボタンお願いします。では See you again! バイバイ